Hi, this is Bill from Finest Travel Agency. I just wanted to talk to you a couple of minutes about a trip we had recently taken to Walt Disney World post-coronavirus after it reopened. First thing I want to mention is that we felt very safe going in there. Right from the parking lot, they had plenty of social distancing going on. Signage all over requiring face coverings. There was temperature screenings, hand sanitizers. The staff was very adamant about wearing face coverings at all times. So if you had concerns about safety, I think this is probably about as safe as you're going to get. I actually feel a lot less safe shopping in my local grocery stores than I did at Disney World. We went not too long after Disney reopened after the pandemic closures, and the first thing you'll notice from all these pictures is how empty it was. At the time, it was very, very uncrowded. Not a lot of people there. They had limited capacity. They've since increased it a little bit, or more people may feel comfortable traveling. But as you can see, it was a great experience because we were able to get some pictures and some video and stuff of areas without people in it that you would think would be impossible normally. One thing I will mention is that when we went, about half of the restaurants and half of the stores were closed. Casey's Hot Dogs, for instance, Storybook Circus area where the big tent is, was closed. The same went with restaurants. Restaurants, about half of them were open, half were closed, as well as the quick service stands. While there was not the traditional meet and greet with characters with pictures and autographs and stuff, they did a really good job with pop-up parades. You'd just be walking along and all of a sudden there'd be a caravan of Disney characters on a float that went by. None of this was announced in advance to, keep the crowds down from people lining up for them. But it happened quite frequently, and I actually found that it's probably easier to see characters during these visits than it was traditionally when you had scheduled parades and had to wait for them. There was plenty of social distancing on the lines as well, and partitions to make sure people really did keep at least 6 feet apart and didn't have weren't in each other's faces. The high-touch areas were wiped down or closed. There was also limited capacity on the rides, every other row in general. When we went, we were able to get on the rides right away. Unfortunately, due to the Fast Pass system not being open and limited entertainment options, my understanding is now that Lawrence Rides is quite a bit longer than it was, but it was still a great experience. As I mentioned earlier, one of the amazing experiences was being able to see all the Disney attractions uncrowded. For instance, we got inside Cinderella's castle and we were able to get pictures of the mosaics that are inside the walkway by the castle that often is closed due to shows being going on, and even when it is open, it's usually so crowded you can never really stand all the way back and get the pictures of the different beautiful mosaics that are in there. They really were breathtaking, and it created a whole different experience for Disney. Angela and I stayed overnight at the Contemporary Resort, which was a bucket list destination for the both of us from when we were kids. Staying in a hotel where the monorail actually goes through the lobby was something as a little child that we thought was just the most amazing thing in the world. The Contemporary Resort is a great one. It's beautiful property, very high-end, 5-star, I would say. The rooms were beautiful. The check-in process was very was seamless. We did it right through our app. We never stopped at the front desk. We used our phone and our magic bands to open the rooms. So there was no COVID concerns whatsoever. In fact, everything was sanitized. There were signs about how things were sanitized. The remote controls were even sanitized and wrapped in plastic. In general, like I said, it was a bucket list destination for us. Due to the prices right now and the prices then of the resorts, it made it affordable for us. Normally, this is something I've looked at in the past and haven't been able to justify the price of it. Especially, we were able to get a castle view room. Now, they don't have the fireworks show going on, which will make that the castle or the park view room much more desirable, but it still didn't ruin the magic for us at all. It was a really nice experience, and it was a great opportunity that we had at a really good rate. In terms of restaurants, we ate breakfast at the Contemporary Resort, and then we did dinner at the Liberty Tree Tavern. Liberty Tree Tavern is one of our favorites, family-style restaurants. Everything was booked in advance using the My Disney Experience app. We had to check in via phone. Menus were all contactless. You use a barcode in the phone in your app to see the menu. Again, you had to wear a mask if you weren't sitting at your table, but other than that, it was nice to sit down, take your mask off, enjoy a nice meal, and the food was amazing as always at Disney. The second day before we headed home, we stopped at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Again, from the pictures you can see, when we went, it was empty. I mean, it was amazing being able to get these pictures and enjoy these experiences like this. It's very different, but it was, again, very safe and very interesting. We did get to go on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's Mickey's first featured attraction at Disney Hollywood Studios, or any Disney park for that matter. It was a really fun ride, a really excellent ride. We enjoyed it very much, and we enjoyed our stay at Hollywood Studios. Even though most of the shows were closed and they didn't have the character meet and greets and stuff like that, it was still a great experience. In closing, I'd just like to say Angela and I have been annual pass holders for Disney World for many years, including when we lived in New York. It was a great experience. It was a very different experience. We enjoyed walking around. At the time, we enjoyed short lines. We did miss the shows, we did miss the parades, we did miss the fireworks, but in general, it was just a different but very enjoyable experience. On my next video, I'll go a little bit more into Animal Kingdom and Epcot and some other resorts we've stayed in since Disney reopened. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel. This is my first time at video editing voiceover. So be gentle with me, and again, this is Bill from Finest Travel Agency. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel to contact me on Facebook, through YouTube, however it is. I can definitely help out with any further questions I didn't address in the video. Have a great day.